Hey Rockstars, Lij Shaw. I'm sitting here with Mr. Joe Hutchinson. What up, dude?
Hello.
We are at the Haybale Studio in Bonnaroo 2018, and we're recording. How many bands are we doing this year?
27 or something?
Yeah, 27 bands in 4 days. So we're doing a band every hour, all day, every day. It's a total blast. It's live. Each band comes in, does 3 songs. I mix it live through the console, send it directly to Joe, who records it and masters it right here on the spot. And one of the things that you've been using this year, Joe, which I thought was pretty cool, maybe you could tell us how you're using it or what your thoughts are, is the Tegeler Audio Manufaktur Crme. I guess it's the French pronunciation. But anyway, here it is. It's a really cool unit. What do you want to tell us about this? How are you using this in your mastering setup?
So I'm taking an analog feed from your mix, and I'm running it through here first, through this unit, and then through a limiter, and then into my converters. But the way I'm using this, it has, it's got an EQ, kind of a high and low sort of Pultec style thing, and then it has a compressor built into it, and it has a sidechain setting as well for the EQ, and switchable between if you want EQ or comp first in your chain. So
right, this is a VCA compressor, kind of.
Yeah.
I guess similar to what you might have seen with an SSL compressor.
Yeah, and it sounds like an SSL compressor, which is cool, and that's the kind of compressor I use a lot is an SSL.
Yeah.
So this works really well. And so this is, I'm not doing a ton with it. I'm just kind of barely, when the mixes are a little on the loud side, I'm just kind of barely doing a couple dB, and it sounds really nice because it's pretty fast, which is what you want in this sort of setting.
So fast attack-wise, you mean?
Yeah, fast attack-wise. I played around with the release time, and for this I found that the auto release actually sounds the best. Nice. And I am boosting a little bit of top end. The air on this does sound really nice.
It's pretty transparent.
Yeah, I mean it's pretty very cool. So I'm got a 2 dB shelf up at like 16K. It's the real high stuff. But yeah. It's nice. Yeah, it works really well for this.
You were commenting about when you have an analog meter. You were explaining to me earlier that it's like. How did you explain it? You said it so it's barely moving because it's doing a lot more than you know, right?
Well, it can be. It's just not. It doesn't react. If you're used to looking at plugins or something where the meter will react to how you have your attack and release time set, it won't exactly do that. It'll just kind of show you how much gain reduction you're doing. It's it's about as it's an approximation of how much. So yeah. I mean, to me. If it's doing a couple dB of compression, 1 to 2, let's say, I mean, it looks like the meter maybe only looks like it's doing 1 or something. I don't know.
Right.
So
it's being conservative is a good thing. You're still getting you're gluing the sound together, even though it's not doing huge.
But you could probably go pretty wild with this thing. I mean, it's a really nice sounding compressor. It's that bus compressor kind of thing. I'm just not going very hard with it.
And then you're also going into limiting after that. And what's the purpose of limiting? What does it do?
It sort of levels off the peaks, and it's just a general part of the mastering process these days to make everything louder by limiting the peaks. And in this case, because I have an analog output that I'm not actually sure exactly how the PreSonus console outputs, but it seems like it outputs above 0. So if your mixes end up being a little too hot, it doesn't actually. I have a little bit of headroom and it doesn't actually clip. I have a stage of compression, and then this is a stage of limiting for it can do 2 or 3 dB if it needs to keep from clipping on the way in.
Nice.
So, yeah, that's
nice.
what
Awesome. Well, so there you have it. This is how Joe's making everything, at least how he's capturing it, and then he does some more mastering in there. Maybe we'll talk about that another time. But thanks for watching this. Again, we're at the Haybale Studio at Bonnaroo 2018, and thank you to Tegeler Audio Manufaktur. Cheers.